Lesson 7 is more about adding and subtracting numbers on a number line. And we don't have to use a number line specifically because we've had the practice using our little kind of what we say shortcuts to add and subtract. So now we just have to use common sense and figure out what we need to do to solve problems. And sometimes we'll have fractions and sometimes we have decimals because the world is not perfect. Everything is not integers. When I measure something, it's not going to be precisely 8 centimeters. It might be 8.2 centimeters. And that's okay because that's the real world. So when we solve real world types of problems, we'll end up with fractions and decimals. And we still have to be able to add and subtract these numbers. So let me read our example problem that will help us pretty much summarize what we learned today in class. A bird sits on a tree that is 15.5 feet in the air and dives 6 feet down to a branch. How high up is the bird now? So if you can picture this in your head, we've got a bird, and our bird is in our tree. So here's a little bluebird, and little bluebird is 15.5 or 15.5 feet in the air. He dives down 6 feet. So now little bluebird is down here. We need to figure out how high he is from the ground. And we need to figure out what operation can we do to figure that out. If I kind of turn this diagram on its side, I create a tape diagram with the total height of the tree being 15.5, part of my tree being 6 feet, and I don't know the other part. It becomes a really simple problem, something that we may have done in elementary school. So you could do 15.5 minus 6. And what will you get? Well, let's line it up. Remember, when we have decimals, we need to make sure we line up the decimals. And when we have the whole number, the decimal goes after the whole number. It becomes 6.0. Same thing as 6. If I want to subtract, 5 minus 0 is 5. 15 minus 6 is 9. So it's 9.5. So the bird is 9.5 feet from the ground. We could also do this as 6, negative 6. So if he dropped down 6, we can do 15.5 plus negative 6, and we'll still get 9.5. Same thing.